Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we'll be doing an unboxing and review video for the Rick and Morty Deluxe Collectible Figure Set by Mondo. Now, I know this isn't the usual 6-scale figure review that you signed up for, but please bear with me for a second, because this set might still be worth your while if you are a 6-scale collector who happens to be a Rick and Morty fan. Rick and Morty is one of those shows that is clever, creative, and isn't afraid to push the envelope. On the surface, the two lead characters are arguably not the most likable, but the show's incredible writing and development has endeared this unlikely duo to the hearts of many. Released in 2020, I know I am very late for this review, but the Season 5 finale was so hyped that I couldn't help myself from revisiting the set. Not to mention, the standard edition is actually still available at the time of this video. Starting with Rick, he comes with an angry and a sad head sculpt, which are two emotions that perfectly embodies his character. I am at a loss for words over just how well the unique 2D art style is translated so perfectly into a 3D sculpture. This thing is detailed down to the teeth. The sad face is no slouch either. It is spot on with that wubba-lubba-dub-dub likeness. Mondo has even nailed that signature drunk drool. The body is also beautifully sculpted and painted, right down to that little wrinkle above the belt, and the lab coat attaches to the figure seamlessly. The body proportions, which are unique to the art style, is also faithfully reproduced here. There are also these notches beneath the shoes, and either could be mounted to this display base. These figures could actually stand pretty well without them, but they are much sturdier with the base. The only source of articulation is from these removable hands and head parts. And for Rick, there sadly isn't a whole lot of display options. His only other hand pose is flipping the bird, which at least tracks for the character. Morty comes with a neutral and a screaming head sculpt. Mondo has really knocked this one out of the park with the likeness. Even the tiny imperfections in Morty's hair did not go amiss. And while this neutral head sculpt doesn't look like much, this dazed, blank look is actually very faithful to the character. And with all the sculpted details in the eyes and mouth, the screaming expression just takes the cake for me. There's a hint of painted shadow underneath each arm, and the overall proportions are in line with the show. Morty's shoes also have the same notches for mounting the display base, and since his proportions make him a little bit top-heavy, I feel much better using the base. And just like Rick, the detachable parts are what gives Morty his articulations, but Morty's entire arms could be swapped out, which gives him better posing options than Rick. The choice of accessories is also excellent. The iconic portal gun is looking fantastic here, but I do wish the portal fluid indicator is translucent, kinda like the memory files that we'll see in a second. Then we have this bottle of booze, which really can't go on Rick's hand without much brute force, so I opted for this pour one out for a friend kind of pose. And to make things more weird, the booze can fit snugly into Morty's hands. I know, Morty, I'm just as confused as you are. And speaking of Morty, we also got this mind-blower helmet. The 3 dots around the center socket is missing, but I'd say the sculpting and the paintwork still gets the job done. There's even padding inside the helmet. The memory vials are translucent, and this set of 4 just about covers every memory types as seen in the show. I was also able to recreate this scene where Morty plows through all the memory vials, which goes to show just how brilliant the sculpting is. And finally, we arrive at the accessories, which are exclusive to the deluxe version, starting with Rick's burping face. The likeness is once again perfectly captured, with the same quality sculpting in the mouth and drool, and the derpy eyes really sells it for me. But my favorite from the whole set is this evil Morty head sculpt. Even with so little articulations to work with, popping this head on the body can entirely transform the presence of this figure, which is a testament to the versatility of the sculpting. Then we have the plumbus, which for some reason doesn't fit in anybody's hands, but it's still a very useful accessory, and since everyone in the universe already know what it does, I'm just gonna skip over the details. Next is Pickle Rick himself. Sadly, both of the arms are busted straight out of the box. I contacted Mondo directly for a replacement since I got this from their web store, and unfortunately I only got a partial refund, which is a bummer because there's also this beautifully sculpted Rat King, and it would have been a great set piece against Pickle Rick. And in line with the theme of this channel, I've picked some random 6-scale figures for size comparison, starting with the legendary One Punch Man. And since Rick stands at about 12 inches tall, these two blend naturally into your collection. In fact, they blend in so effortlessly, they are even compatible with certain accessories. I mean, it's not like Rick will ever use a weapon this low-tech. But here he is with Deadpool, who's copying Rick's pose. And this isn't even out of context given the crazy premise of the show. And here's Ash Ketchum and Morty trying to catch a wild Pikachu. Goodness, it's like I'm ripping a page right out of the Story Train episode. So there you have it, the Rick and Morty Deluxe Figure Set by Mondo. This was just a blast to play with. And since these characters have pretty wacky proportions, I wouldn't count on ever seeing them appear in proper 6-scale format. Or maybe that won't even be necessary, because the set already fits so well with your collection. Although my copy was marred by some unfortunate QC issues, I hope you'll have better luck with yours, and more importantly, have just as much fun as I did with the set. Alright, next episode, we'll return to the regularly scheduled 6-scale figure review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.